We want to get right to the power situation this half hour in efforts to restore electricity to thousands of people across Oregon.
Yeah, many people have been in the dark for days. We have Andrea Platt with PGE on the phone with us now. Andrea, good morning.
Good morning.
We know your crews have been working around the clock. Can you talk about how many customers are still without power this morning and what your status is as far as your crews and their progress?
That's right. We've been working around the clock since this storm began on Friday. And what we have right now is we've restored power to over 420,000 customers. That said, 149,000 remain out of power. And that's really a reflection of the magnitude of damage that this storm brought. And even as the ice thaws, we're still continuing to see trees and limbs taking lines down.
Yeah, let's talk about that because I know the crews are reaching some obstacles when they get to these areas because they have to have the debris removed before they can get to the lines. Let's tell people still about the continuing danger with down lines.
Absolutely. You should, if you see a down line, stay as far back as possible. Assume that every down line is energized. Even if it's not moving, even if you're not hearing anything, make that assumption for your safety first. Please call PGE at 503-464-7777 and report a downed line, and we will get to it just as quickly as possible.
And Andrea,
sorry.
I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, there are a lot of folks who feel who are seeing other people kind of walk around or drive over down lines. Please remember down lines can still conduct deadly or dangerous electricity.
We know for the average citizen, you have a warning, but what kinds of obstacles are your crews facing? What is the worst of it that they've seen?
The worst part is just the magnitude of the damage here. We have seen damage all across our system, from the transmission lines that take the energy from our plants to substations. We've also seen damage to our substations that then push power to feeders. We've also had damage to feeders that push the energy through the lines that run to our homes and businesses. So we've had a lot of equipment damage, an unprecedented amount as well. You mentioned a lot of trees that are down, which means that sometimes it can take a while before we can even disentangle the equipment in order to repair it.
And Andrea, I want to ask you real quick because, we've got people without power in Marion County. We've got people without power in Yamhill County. It's spread out. Your crews, we want to just point out to people who may be watching on our streaming app and they're frustrated and they're really trying to be patient, but you're not concentrating on one area at a time. You have crews spread out across your power areas trying to get electricity back to people, right?
That's absolutely right. We have more than 3,000 people working on this restoration. That's 3 times the number out in the field than ever before. That said, you may not see those people right in your immediate neighborhood. They may be working on that chain of where the power comes from, a transmission line, a substation, or so forth. So just, we really get it. This is so uncomfortable and frustrating. And, but we're asking for patience as we are working as quickly as safely as we can.
I think people know that. It's just, you're right, though. It is hard to be patient, especially when it's cold, and there are so many things that come into play here. We can't thank you enough. We know your crews are working hard, and you've brought crews in from Montana and Nevada really to help with this situation. So our hats off to your people who are working so hard to get the power back on.
Yeah, Andrea, thank you.